Good morning, children. Welcome back. I am Sithara, your social teacher. In today's session, we are going to discuss Class 6, Term 1, Unit 1 in Civics, Understanding Diversity. This is part 2 of the video series. Come, children, let us learn. Before going into today's session, let us have a recap of what we learned in the last one. Yes, in the last session, we discussed about diversity. We come from different backgrounds, belong to different cultures, worship different ways, but we live together, and this is known as diversity. India is a home to a civilization that is 5,000 years old. Different groups of people from different parts of the world were attracted towards India over the years because of its wealth. So, diverse races of people migrated into India by land and sea routes over time. The movement and migration of people is a reason for India's rich diversity. India is called as a subcontinent, that is, because it is a very large area of land with various physical features like mountains, plateaus, plains, rivers, and seas, and various types of weather pattern. The physical and climatic features determine the economic activities of a region. Diversity in landform also impacts the flora and fauna of a region. Food, clothing, occupation, and livelihood of people are closely connected with the region's natural surroundings and climate. A community is a place where people live together with a common interest or heritage. For comfortable livelihood, communities depend on each other. Families constitute the fundamental unit of a society. There are two types of families, joint family and nuclear family. The needs of people and their interdependence of communities for amenities such as water, food, electricity, education, housing brings us together to live in harmony. Even though we are diverse in our cultural practices, we are united and interdependent socially. In this session, we will discuss religious, linguistic, and cultural diversity. Dear children, India is a secular country. India is a secular country. That means it does not declare any religion as state religion. There is no specific religion for a particular state. The freedom of religion is our fundamental right. We have the choice to follow the religion of our choice. We can follow whatever religion we feel like. Dear children, there are 6 fundamental rights recognized by the Indian Constitution. They are right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and rights to constitutional remedies. There are 6 fundamental rights recognized by the Indian Constitution. The right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedies. These are granted by the Constitution of India, that we have 6 fundamental rights, and right to freedom of religion is one among them. India is the birthplace of many religions and has become the home of many others. So, India is the birthplace of many religions. New religion has developed in India, and still many more religions are being practiced. Dear children, Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Sikhism, Buddhism, Jainism, Zoroastrianism flourished in India. So all the religions flourish in India. India is a secular country which allow the practice of the religion of their choice, and state does not impose any religion on any people. Dear children, India is a land of festivals. You can see so many diverse festivals celebrated in India, where people from different religions engage in many colorful celebrations in different parts of the country and coexist harmoniously. We celebrate different festivals according to the religion we follow, and we coexist in our place. For example, our friends who celebrate Ramzan will share biryani with us. friends who celebrate Onam will share payasam. We celebrate Pongal and we share Pongal with them. The wide variety of festivals celebrated in India is a true manifestation of its rich culture and tradition. So it shows the culture and tradition what we follow as Indians, because we have a wide variety of festivals celebrated in our country. Dear children, many festivals like Pongal, Diwali, Holi, Vijayadashami, Ayudha Puja, Navaratri, Durga Puja, Dasera, Ganesh Chaturthi, Bihu, Kumbh Mela. Not only that, children, Onam, Miladi Nabi, Ramzan, Christmas, Buddha Purnima, Mahavir Jayanti, Guru Nanak Jayanti, Raksha Bandhan are some of the festivals that denote the cultural diversity of India. We celebrate a number of variety of religious festivals as well as national festivals. Dear children, the picture shows the celebration of Pongal and Diwali, Christmas, Onam, Miladi Nabi and Buddha Purnima. Having learned about the religious festival, religious diversity, let us learn about the linguistic diversity. Linguistic means something related to the language. According to Census of India in 2001, India has 122 major languages and 1599 other languages. Children, learn the word census. C-E-N-S-U-S. Census is an official count or survey of a population. So, in the census that was taken in 2001, India has 122 major languages. How many languages are there? It is 122 major languages and 1599 other languages. So, we are having linguistic diversity. The four major Indian language families are Indo-Aryan, Dravidian, Australo-Asiatic and Sino-Tibetan. Which are the four Indian language families? Indo-Aryan, Dravidian, Australo-Asiatic and Sino-Tibetan. Indo-Aryan, I-N-D-O-A-R-Y-A-N, Indo-Aryan, Dravidian, D-R-A-V-I-D-I-A-N, Dravidian, Australo-Asiatic, A-U-S-T-R-O-A-S-I-A-T-I-C, Australo-Asiatic and Sino-Tibetan, S-I-N-O-T-I-B-E-T-I-A-N, Sino-Tibetan. Dear children, Tamil is the oldest Dravidian language. Our language, Tamil, is the oldest of the Dravidian languages. Now you can see a chart there. Top 5 languages spoken in India. This is as per the 2011 census. Hindi is spoken by 43.63% of the total population, followed by Bengali 8.3%, Telugu 6.9%, Marathi 7.09% and Tamil 5.89%. Dear children, historically the Portuguese, the Dutch, the British, the Danish and the French came to India for trade, and their occupation of India or some parts of it has left behind a certain impact on the cultural and language of the people. We learned that the Portuguese and Dutch, the British and Danish and French had come to India for their trade and for their occupation, and they had left some impact on the culture as well as the language of our people. Because the British ruled over the entire country for over 300 years before independence in 1947, the English language gained prominence in India. Since we were under British rule for more than 300 years before our independence in 1947, English is gaining prominence in India. In due course, English has emerged as an important language and a medium of instruction in schools and colleges. The effect of British rule, we have English as a medium of instruction in schools as well as in colleges. It is widely used in official communication and daily life. So English is being used official communication as well as in our day-to-day life. Dear children, the Constitution of India recognizes 22 languages as official language. We have got 22 official language. The government of India has declared Tamil as a first classical language in 2004. In 2004, Tamil was declared as a first classical language. Apart from Tamil, 5 other Indian languages have been declared as classical languages by the government of India. They are Sanskrit, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Oriya. Were announced as classical languages in 2005, 2008, 2008, 2013 and 16 respectively. So apart from Tamil, we have Sanskrit, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam and Oriya as classical languages. Dear children, you'll be wondering, what is a classical language? Classical language should have 3 criteria. First one, its origin should be ancient. It should have ancient origin and it has an independent tradition. It possesses a considerable body of ancient literature. So the 3 criteria, that is ancient origin, independent tradition and a large body of ancient literature, makes Tamil language a classical language. Dear children, the earliest Tamil writings is attested in inscriptions and potsherds from the 5th century BCE. Now let us understand about cultural diversity. What is culture? The term culture refers to the customs and practices of people, their language, their dress code, their cuisine, religion, social habits, music, art and architecture. So children, the term culture refers to the customs and practices of the people. What are the practices? What are the types of lifestyle they are leading? Their language, their dress code, the way they dress, their cuisine, the food they eat, their food habits, religion, what is their religious practice, their social habits, how active they are socially, music, art as well as architecture. So all these things come under the word culture. Dear children, where can we see this culture? The culture of a group of people is reflected in their social behavior and interactions. We can say people are cultured by the way they behave in a society as well as with each other. We will say manners. You have to keep up your manners in your behavior. You are supposed to be socially civilized. That is disciplined when we are in a society. Even in your classroom you are like that. You are supposed to sit silently without making noise and do your work, isn't it? The same thing applies to the society also. The group identity fostered by social patterns is unique to a group. The same thing is different when you are going to a cinema hall. The atmosphere is completely different. You will be screaming, you will be laughing aloud. Your habits and your behavior is different when you are with your friends, when you are going for an outing or when you are going for a field trip with your parents. When you go to a temple, it will be completely different. Art and architecture are an integral part of every community. Not only that, the art and architecture also forms their culture. It develops as a part of culture and tradition of a community. Dear children, each of the 28 states and 9 union territories of India has rich traditions and unique way of artistic expression. That is, each of our 28 states and the 9 union territories have its own unique way of art. That is, each of the art form is different from the other. Dear children, you can find the architectural marvel of Brigadishwara Temple, St. Thomas Cathedral Basilica in Chennai, Taj Mahal, Sanchi Stupa, Kandaria Mahadev Temple, Konark Sun Temple, the Dilwara Jain Temple. The art and architecture is completely different in each and it is unique in the way of construction. It shows the cultural diversity in art and architecture in different parts of India. Now let us move into the popular dances and music of India. Dear children, in ancient times, dance was considered as a way to celebrate, worship, and also as a gesture of thanksgiving and joy. So, to express their thanksgiving and their joy, or to celebrate on some occasions, or to worship, they used to dance. There was dance forms. Dances of India reflect its cultural richness. You can see each of the state has its own unique dance form. Music and dance go hand in hand. Music and dance are not separable, they are going in hand, that is, they go together. Music and dance go hand in hand, they go together. Dance form will definitely have a music. In the picture, you can find Goddess Saraswati, who is a goddess of music and knowledge. Dear children, there are several types of music practiced in India. You can find several styles of music. The Hindustani music, Carnatic music, classical Tamil music. You can see the Tamil yar, which was the instrument used in ancient Tamil music. Folk music, Lavani, Ghazal are some of them. So the different forms of music are Hindustani, Carnatic, classical Tamil, folk music, Lavani and Ghazal. There are songs from various languages composed by blending these different forms of music. You can find songs in different languages by blending of these different forms of music. You can also find a picture of musical instruments like mridanga, tabla, bansuri, harmonium, tambura, sitar and so on. Now let us learn about the folk dances of India. In our state Tamilnadu, we have Karagatam, Oyilatam, Kummi, Terukuthu, Bommalatam, Puliyatam, Kolatam and Tappatam. You can see the beautiful pictures of these dance from there. Once more, Karagatam, Oyilatam, Kummi, Terukuthu, Bommalatam, Puliyatam, Kolatam, Tappatam. Dear children, let us see the dance forms of other states. In Kerala, you have Theyyam and Mohiniyattam. You can see the pictures there. Kerala has Theyyam and Mohiniyattam. Punjabis are very fond of Bhangras. Their dance form of Punjab is Bhangra. Gujarat, you can find Garba and Dandiya. Dandiya is kind of Kolatam. Rajasthan, you can find Kalbelia, that is, you keep a pot on top of the other and you balance and dance. And also Goomar. In Uttar Pradesh, you can find Ras Leela. In Uttarakhand, you can find Cholia. And Assam, you can find Bihu. These are the different folk dances of India. Kerala, you can find Theyyam and Mohiniyattam. Punjab, Bhangra. Gujarat, Garba and Dandiya. Rajasthan, Kalbelia and Ghumar. Uttar Pradesh, Ras Leela. Uttarakhand, Cholia. Assam, Bihu. Dear children, you can find the other dance forms of various parts of India. You can also find the Nadraja, who's regarded as the god of dances. And down south, you can find Yakshagana from Karnataka, Kathakali from Kerala, Bharatanatyam from Tamilnadu, Kuchipudi from Andhra Pradesh, Odissi from Odisha, Manipuri from Manipur, Satriya from Assam, and Kathak from North India. Dear children, though diversity is visible in every aspect of life in India, we are united by the spirit of patriotism. Patriotism, patriotism. Patriotism is the devotion to and vigorous support for one's country. We are very much patriotic, that is, very much devoted to our country. Symbols such as national flag, that is Indian tricolor, and national anthem remind us of our great nation and the need to stay united. Every time we see the national flag or hear the national anthem singing, we feel that we are in a great nation and we have to be united. Dear children, Janagana Mana, our national anthem, is written in Bengali. It is the first 5 stanzas of a poem written and later set to notation by the great poet Rabindranath Tagore. Dear children, celebration of landmark events such as Independence Day, which is celebrated on August 15th, Republic Day, January 26th, and Gandhi Jayanti, October 2nd, every year bring us together and keep the spirit of one nation alive within us. Once we celebrate our national holidays like Independence Day, Republic Day, and Gandhi Jayanti, we have a feeling of oneness and one nation, and it keeps that spirit alive within us. Dear children, India has a multicultural society. A multicultural society would be composed of people from different ethnic backgrounds and culture living and working together. And India evolved as a single nation through common beliefs, customs, and cultural practices. And India became a single nation because they had common beliefs, customs, and culture. The freedom struggle and the drafting of our constitution stands as ample evidence to the spirit of unity of India. Our freedom struggle, we fought as a single nation against the British rule, as well as the drafting of our constitution, considering all the religious group and all the sectors of society, is the evidence that there is spirit of unity of India. You can also see the picture of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who was a chairman of the Constitutional Drafting Committee. Dear children, India is known for unity in diversity. This phrase was coined by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of independent India, in his book Discovery of India. Dear children, another historian, V.A. Smith, called India as an ethnological museum, as a great variety of racial types exist here. The northern part of the country homes the largest mountain ranges in the world, the Himalayas, which is the source of plenty of rivers like Ganga, Indus, etc. India is a place of diverse races, and Smith rightly called it as an ethnological museum. Before winding up today's session, let us have a summary of the unit. India is a land of unity in diversity. Diversity is a state of being different from each other. Landforms and climate have an impact on diversity. Physical features and climatic conditions determine the economic activities of a region. Diversity in landforms also impacts the flora and fauna of a region. Dears, linguistic, religious, social, and cultural diversity exist in India. India is a subcontinent with all the physical features of a continent. According to the census of India in 2001, India has 122 major languages and 1599 other languages. Culture refers to the social behavior and practices of a particular society. Classical and folk dances of India exhibit the rich cultural diversity in India. Dear children, let us have a recap of the unit. In this session, we discussed about the religious, linguistic, and cultural diversity. India is a land of festivals where people from different religions engage in many colorful celebrations in different parts of the country and coexist harmoniously. The four major Indian language families are Indo-Aryan, Dravidian, Australo-Asiatic, and Sino-Tibetan, and Tamil is the oldest Dravidian language. According to the census of India in 2001, India has 122 major languages and 1599 other languages. Tamil is the oldest of Dravidian languages. Culture refers to the customs and practices of people, their language, their dress code, cuisine, religion, social habits, music, art, and architecture. The culture of a group of people is reflected in their social behavior and interactions. Each of the 28 states and 9 union territories of India has rich traditions and unique ways of artistic expression. There are several styles of music and dance practiced in India. Celebration of landmark events such as Independence Day, Republic Day, and Gandhi Jayanti every year bring us together and keep the spirit of one nation alive within us. Dear children, in the next session, we will discuss the book back exercises. Time for worksheet. Worksheet number 2. Roman number 1. Fill in the blanks. Tamil was declared as a classical language in the year dash. Tamil was declared as a classical language in the year dash. Question number 2. Bihu festival is celebrated in dash. Bihu is celebrated in dash. Roman number 2. Answer the following. Question number 1. Write the names of 3 major festivals celebrated in India. Write the names of 3 major festivals celebrated in India. Question number 2. Why is India called the land of unity in diversity? Why is India called the land of unity in diversity? Question number 3. Explain linguistic diversity and cultural diversity. Explain linguistic diversity and cultural diversity. That's all for today's session, my dear children. Thank you for watching. For more videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, YouTube.